Hi, this is Jason Newkirk coming from the Orlando Theater Network. Hi, everyone. We are here today, episode 2 of the Orlando Theater Network, with our good friend, Robert DiGiovanni.
Hi, guys.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Robert. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Good. You have been so busy. We have missed you so much here in Orlando.
Thank you. I miss you guys.
If you don't know, Robert used to do pretty much everything here in Orlando, from wigs to acting to backstage work. So he's an amazing person, and he's definitely one to know. But right now, he's actually the assistant company manager for the tour of Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah.
So, Robert, tell me a little bit about that show.
So we're a touring show. It is based on the movie, and basically they took all the Bee Gees songs that were in the movie and made them into musical numbers. And it is based on the 1999 Broadway production and the subsequent tours. And now we're just touring the country, sharing our little John Travolta musical with the United States.
Wow. And so how have the houses been?
House has been great. Packed houses. People come because they love the movie and they know the music. And that's what the heart and soul of the show is. It's the Bee Gees music.
Right. So I know that the show on Broadway, would you say it was a hit on Broadway or no? Was it just kind of like,
I don't think it was a hit, but I don't think it was a flop. It was kind of one of those musicals, typical musical that runs 2 years on Broadway House.
Oh, it was 2 years.
It was about 2 years, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, very good. So I know that I know that I caught the show over the weekend, and you said that they have had a lot of changes script-wise.
It's one of those pieces that every time there's a new production, it kind of reincarnates itself. You know, there was the Broadway, the London, which was different, the first tour, the second tour, the cruise ship versions, and now we're on...
Now you're on the best version.
Best version.
It is totally a great show.
Yeah.
But before we get more into Saturday Night Fever, let's actually go back with you a little bit.
Oh.
And let's go back. sit on my couch. It's time to play therapist. Okay. Let's actually go back and talk a little bit about, you're not originally from Orlando, are you?
No, I'm not.
So how did you get down to Orlando? So
I came to Orlando like so many young people do by doing the Disney College program. Where I was an entertainment performer for Disney, still am seasonally, and then I loved it here, and I loved the school, so I transferred to Valencia and UCF,
Wow.
and then I got connected to the Orlando Theater Network, and I worked for pretty much everyone, I feel.
You did.
At some point, yeah.
Some of the best wig designs have came from this man
you.
right here. From
Thank you. I appreciate it.
there's so many shows: Les Mis, Winter Haven, just a ton of work that you have seen of Robert's, both like I said on stage and off. So you did that, and what made you decide you were here? And did you see a call about Saturday Night Fever? How did that come about?
Actually, one of my dreams was to work for Macy's Parade Entertainment Group, which I'm very fortunate to do. And so I was in New York, and I felt it's time to expand my career. So I always check Playbill, Art Search, Backstage Jobs, and there was a posting, and I applied to many postings, all the regional theaters, all the dinner theaters, all the tours. And there was one for replacement ASMs for Saturday Night Fever. And I sent it in, and I said, hey, I'm a company manager if you ever need someone to cover company management. I got a lovely email from the company manager there who said, you know, you have an awesome resume. We just started the tour. We don't have any positions currently available, but we'll let you know because on these type of things, something always happens. It was a little cryptic the way he said it. And then 2 weeks after that, I got an email at 11:30 at night from the general manager saying, hey, position opened. Call me in the morning if you want to talk about it. And I did, and he offered me the job.
Wow.
Yeah.
So had the tour already been on, or did you catch it at the beginning of the tour?
The tour had fully rehearsed in New York. It had a tech in Jersey, and it was about a week and a half on the road. And then I joined it when it was in Canada, near Toronto.
Awesome. So give me a breakdown. What all does the company manager, assistant company manager do?
I tell people I take care of the health and well-being of the company members.
Oh, very nice.
So basically what the company management department does is we're a touring show, so we research and we book all the hotels. We work with our bus company planning the transportation and the routes and what we do each day on our lunch breaks and our route schedule. We go to the doctors a lot. That's one of the things I do is I take all the kids to the doctors when they're sick or injured. We plan catering. We do all the HR stuff. We take care of payroll. So it's pretty much where like the brains of the operation, everything that happens off the stage.
You're really like a traveling office admin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah. Stage management takes care of everything inside the theater, inside the stage, and we take care of everything outside the stage.
Very nice.
Yeah,
So,
it's a nice balance.
so what's it like to tour?
It's
Is this your
interesting.
first tour?
This
Let me
is
ask
my
you-
first.
This
tour.
is your first
Yeah,
tour.
it's a-
So, what was that like when you went and it's your first tour? And where do you remember where you met the tour at?
Yes, I was it Cambridge, Canada, I believe. And I was very fortunate because, you know, we usually play one theater per night. For some reason, the tour there stopped for 3 days. And it wasn't just that, they had dormitory housing. So it wasn't like we were in the hotel separate from the theater. We were all in that theater with the housing on the third floor. So that was really great for me because I got to meet everyone in the common rooms and everything. And everyone was really great. And we had a big theme party one night because it felt like college. So the orchestra actually threw a theme party, like an ABC costume type thing. And that's where I met everyone. So it all came at me real quick. But yeah, it was in Canada.
And so then are you guys touring? You're touring on a bus.
Touring on a bus.
So are
Bus and
you
truck tour.
all doing the bus, or do some of you have cars as well?
We all do the bus. There are 2 buses. There's a regular charter bus, which holds the company management department, all the performers and the musicians. And then there's a sleeper bus, which holds the crew and stage management staff.
A sleeper bus.
Yeah, because they travel at night ahead of us, so they start their load-in at 8 a.m. And then we travel during the day when they load in.
So let's talk about that. So you'll do the show.
Yeah.
So after the show, since this is kind of weird because aren't most tours like a week long in one city?
Yeah, the major tours do a lot of sit-downs, but a lot of the smaller non-act tours usually do one-nighters. And also because the tours are designed smaller to fit the smaller venues. Because, you know, like this show, when they had the first and second national tour, they played Bob Carr at the time, and Chicago and all those major cities, and a lot of the smaller cities don't get to see a lot of these tours because it's so far, especially with the elderly. So these shows are designed to fit smaller venues and tour quicker, so we can hit more cities.
So the set's a little bit different then, right? Depending
Yeah,
on the venue.
I mean it's still a full theatrical set, you know, with legs and moving lights and all that. It's just cleverly designed.
Awesome. So you guys will get up in the morning.
So the cast will get up in the morning, and we will travel. We'll stop twice for comfort stops and once for lunch. Usually,
Bathroom on the bus.
there is, but only for number 1 because we're on a small.
That's always
bus.
good to know.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's always good to know.
And we travel, and depending on how far we are, we either go directly to the theater or directly to the hotel. Hopefully, it's the hotel, and we check in, and that's what me and Grace, the company manager, does. We get all the keys and we hand them out and distribute them. Then we have an hour or 2 maybe to chill. People go to the gym, they go to the pool, they go to the local stores or they get food, and then we have a bus call, usually 20 minutes before our call for that close to the theater, and we'll go to the theater and then do the show.
And then the crew will break it down, and then
Yeah.
they will
The crew
go.
works hard. They're the hardest working people on this
Well, when do
tour.
they sleep?
They sleep as they drive at night on the sleeper bus because they get into load-in. They load in the entire day and retech the show every day. And then they run the actual show at night, and then they break it down, and then they go on the bus and sleep. They are unbelievable people. They work.
Holy
harder
crap!
than
Because
anyone.
they have to lights and everything. Then I guess
Yeah.
for that.
The lighting department, the audio department, the wig department, the costume department, the scenic department, all the orchestra stuff, all the instruments and the electronics have to be packed. Yeah.
So
it's unbelievable what they do.
So is it difficult when you guys go to? Is it difficult to be on a run where it's a different theater every single night? It would have to be.
It definitely is. You know, because there's a lot of research and planning that has to be done, and like personally for company management, we have to see where all the local restaurants are around both the theater and the hotel. We have to research all the local clinics if we have injuries or people get sick, grocery stores, nail salons, people to get their hair cut. And usually for like a bigger tour like Wicked, that'll sit down for a few weeks. The company manager just does that once, and they're there for a few weeks. I have to do that every night for every city. So I've done it like 45 times in the past, month and a half.
So since you're at a new theater every night, I assume that there's different entrances, exits, and doors that are locked backstage that you
Yeah.
can't. So do you have any horror stories?
Not yet. We do play sometimes not the best spaces. Sometimes we play like the Palace in Connecticut, which is the Broadway size house. And then we were in a city in Florida where it was like a middle school auditorium. It was out of college, but it felt like a middle school auditorium. So we're very limited set-wise, very limited costume-wise. There wasn't a lot of space. The wing space was maybe like 2 feet off the stage before you hit the wall. So it's challenges. But we have a great production stage manager and a great stage management team, and they work all day planning that all out. And they also train the local crew. Because we train with just the department heads, but the people that actually are the carpenters that move the scenery and everything, they're the locals. So they get retrained during the day.
So they're the locals.
Yeah, the local crew.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So what's it like to work with? I mean, I'm sure it's wonderful, but like, what's it? Do you get like starstruck kids backstage, or like,
No,
are they all pretty
everyone
good for you
is
guys?
very professional, and they know that what we're doing is difficult, so they have a lot of focus.
So,
So they know they have to go in and they got to get prepared and figure out the theater and explore and make sure they know the entrance points, the exit points, where the wig department is, where the call board is. Yeah, so it's a lot of rediscovery every night.
so what do you do when the show's on? Do you do anything when the show's on?
Yeah, no, that's when we do a lot of the paperwork. We do a lot of the planning for the next day and for the week ahead. Grace will do the payroll at that point. And then it's just a lot of things pop up throughout the show, and people come in and say, hey, there's this happening or that happening. That's what we're dealing with. So it's a constant amount of work during the show. It's our office hours, essentially, even though we do it all day anyway. Yeah.
So if someone wanted to do something like this, how would they even get started?
I did a very strong internship at New York Stage and Film. That's where I learned the meat and potatoes of company management. Some colleges now offer arts administration as a degree, so that's a good way to start. I went for event management at Rosen, go Knights, and I learned a lot about hospitality through that. And then just from working in the theater, I mean, also what we do is we deal with all the different departments, and if they have budgetary things or need stuff ordered, so that's why I feel that me working in almost every department in the theater throughout my career has really benefited. But just apply, you know, if you're a person who's good at admin and clerical work, look for internships. Internships are the best thing. I know it sucks that they're not paid, but you know, sometimes that's what you have to do to get in there. And really, it's because of my internship at New York Stage and Film that people see that on my resume and go, "Oh, you were there. Okay, now I want to talk to you."
Very nice.
Yeah.
So I know that you guys have a week break.
We do. We're
right
on
now.
layoff.
You're
So I'm here
so
on
what's
layoff.
layoff for people who don't know? What is layoff?
Usually it's a vacation week, but it is usually non-paid. But thankfully, we pay for the flights or transportation for everyone where they ever want to go. And so I'm off, and so I said, let me come visit the family, meaning you guys, down here in Florida.
Very nice. And so, where's your next stop on the tour?
We reconvene on Monday in San Antonio, Texas.
This coming Monday.
Yeah.
In San Antonio, Texas. How many more months do you guys have for the tour?
We run through May 9th.
And right now, you guys are doing kind of the western part of the United States. Then, I
Yeah,
guess?
we'll do the Western, and then we'll hop kind of over the middle for some reason and get back to the East Coast to finish up.
Perfect. Well, Robert, that's really all I have for you today. It was
Thank you.
amazing for you
Thank
to come
you.
in and talk to us.
Awesome.
And, you know, we love you so much here in Orlando.
Love you
and
guys.
we really can't wait for you to just... We know that you're out and you're doing other things. Robert, also, tell us a little bit about Santa Land. before we go.
Santaland, yes.
Yeah, Robert are you over Santa Land, or what do you do for Santa
I'm one
Land
of the
at
managers
Macy's?
there, and that is my baby. Like I said earlier, my dream was to work for Macy's Parade Entertainment Group. And after working for the parade many years, when I graduated, I called my boss there and said, hey, I need a job. And she said, you want to be a manager at Santaland? And it is, it's something very special to me, because I know a lot of these New York City children, some may never come to Disney World or places like Universal or SeaWorld. So this is the closest thing they have, and it is a full walkthrough attraction of the North Pole and Santa's Christmas Village, with the gingerbread houses and the elves, and then you meet Santa Claus, the real Santa Claus, the miracle of 34th Street.
Because there is only one Santa
There's
Claus,
only one.
and there's only one place that Santa really stays at.
Yes,
and it's not the Mall of Millennium.
No, it is not. No, when he is not working at the shop in the North Pole, he is at Macy's Herald Square, New York, on 34th Street.
Perfect. And then also you do a little bit with the Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that, because that's both of those things are amazing.
Yeah. I love it. Me and Amy Kukuro from the Orlando Theater Network now works there, and we are the street ops team for balloon inflation and parade. So we set up and run the inflation event, and then the next morning we help parade step off and get down the street.
And that's the night before?
It's the night before, and then the morning of the parade. We get in at like 4:35 a.m.
Wow. And how was that last year with Amy?
It was amazing.
Was
The
it?
weather was great. It was
And that usually doesn't happen
No,
in
usually
New
it's
York.
like 30, 40s in New York, November, and it was like 60s, and we just had a lot of fun.
So after the parade, you guys also deflate the balloons?
We don't. The studio does. Once Santa hits the road, our job is kind of done, and then the studio takes over breaking down the floats and the balloons. And then we go back to my parents' house and have a nice Thanksgiving dinner. Courtesy of my mom.
So we know that you're doing amazing things right now, and we love you so much.
I love you guys.
And we hopefully one day, we'll catch you in and out. But we know that you're doing amazing
Thank you.
things. And great job, Robert.
Thank
and
you.
we love you.
Love you guys.
And let's give a big bye to everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. See you later.